passes to order. Madam Clerk, could you call the roll, please?
Each member is acknowledging that they are attending the meeting via Zoom and that they are located in Wayne County, Michigan, unless otherwise stated when I call your name. Commissioner Durga.
Here.
Commissioner Palomera.
Here.
Commissioner Killant.
Present.
Commissioner Hattis.
Present.
Commissioner Baydoun.
Here.
Commissioner Daub.
Here.
Chair Marecki.
Here.
You have a quorum present.
Okay, thank you. Next item.
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
Okay, first of all, I want to thank everybody for changing this meeting. Commissioner Hattis for allowing me to take up your time on your committee, and the clerk's office for doing all they had to do to change this, and all of you for showing up early. I extended the time not only because of the lengthy agenda, but DPS had asked to do two presentations this morning. And I figured that was going to take a chunk of time. However, about an hour and a half ago, they called me and asked me if they could move it to the next agenda. So I'm not sure if we're going to need all this time now, and I apologize if that happens, but I did not know they were going to cancel that for today. So anyway, thank you everyone for being flexible with this, and let's just start the meeting then. Madam Clerk, the next item.
C, approval of the April 20th, 2021 meeting minutes.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Support.
Okay. We have an approval by Commissioner Hattis, supported by Commissioner Daub. Any questions on this or comments? Okay, all those in favor of the minute approval, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, motion passes. Next item.
Item 1, under unfinished business, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a purchase and development agreement with Newburgh Mill.
Okay, that contract now is back at the administration, I believe. So we are going to need to pass this for the day again.
Madam Chair, I'd like to move to pass this for the day.
Okay,
Support.
thank you. Okay, we have a move to pass it for the day. All those in favor of passing this for the day again, say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, hopefully this will be on in 2 weeks. Okay, Madam Clerk, next item.
Item 1, under new business, communication from Beverly Watts, Director, Department of Public Services, forwarding the March 2021 report of all complaint calls made to 1-888 road crew.
Madam Chair, move to receive and file this report.
Okay,
Support.
all right. This is a receive and file. Any questions on this? Okay. It's a receive and file. So all those in favor of accepting this report, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, thank you. Next item.
Item 2, requesting commission approval of a declaration and notice with the Michigan Department of Natural Resources for the Ellsworth Boardwalk project.
Okay, and could you, Madam Clerk, could you read number 3? We'll take these together too. These are both revised resolutions.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of a declaration and notice with the Michigan Department of Natural Resources for the Hines Ann Arbor Trail connector.
Okay, is Alicia on here? Let's see, just a quick, yeah. Ms.
Yes,
Bradford, yes,
Good
could you just
morning.
give
Good
us
morning,
a real
Commissioner
quick explanation on this?
Yes, as noted, the revised resolutions are being returned for approval. This is for both of our grant-related projects through MDOT as well as the MDNR. In order to file the deeds and receive our reimbursement, we had to have a legal description also be included. So therefore, we needed to include that and have the resolution revised to include the deed and the legal description in order for us to register it and formally submit it to both of those agencies in order to receive our reimbursement from the grants.
Okay, great, thank you. Any questions on this?
Madam Chair,
Yes,
Move adoption of resolution 2021-03 and 2021-14.
Okay,
Support.
all right. We have an approval of support for these revised resolutions. Any questions, comments? Thank you for the explanation, Ms. Bradford.
My pleasure.
Okay. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll on this?
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydun,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Chair Mareki,
Yes. Motion passes. Thank you. Next item, please.
Item 4, requesting commission approval of a cooperative contract with Gorno Ford.
Okay.
Approval.
Support.
all right. Okay,
Commission,
go ahead.
I'm sorry, this is Michelle Yancey, DPS admin.
Hi, Michelle. Go ahead.
Hi, we would like to withdraw this contract at this time. We just received word from the subcontractor that their price is going to increase due to the cost of steel. So
Okay.
we will need to resubmit this once we get the updated subcontractor form and and quotes.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Felicia, do I need to do, what should I do with this? Just withdraw it?
Yeah, I mean, it could be withdrawn without objection.
Okay. Is there any objection to withdrawing this? Okay, let's withdraw this. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay, next item, Madam Clerk.
I
Item
have a
5.
question on that.
Oh, go ahead. Go
Is
ahead.
the price they quote us on that item before the price went up or after? Or they should honor the price they give us the quote on?
Are you still there, Michelle?
I'm still here. Yes. They quoted us this price, and I guess with is Derek on the phone? He might be able to talk to it more.
Yes, Derek Coley, Equipment Division. What was the question, Michelle?
The question is, they quote us price before the steel increase. Are they committed to honor that price?
Through the chair, there are limits as to the what do you call it? The expiration date of their quotes. I do not know what the exact expiration date is, but these price increases, I believe our contracts do account for vendors who have a legitimate price increase based on raw materials. And right now, nationwide, across all industries, the price of wholesale steel is shooting through the roof. We've had several of our vendors just within the past couple of weeks tell us that they need to make a request for a price increase based on their actual costs. And I believe our Wayne County contracts do allow vendors to do that with justification.
Thank you.
Yeah, that lumber. Is that Commissioner Dodd?
Yes, thank
Go
you.
ahead.
So
I'm sorry.
to that point, will we be looking at other vendors for a better price, or are we going to stay with Gorno Ford?
This purchase request is through My Deal. I don't know exactly what limitations My Deal has on their awardees related to the price increases. I do know that our vendors will give us, documentation as to what the source of their increase was. This vendor and many others that you will probably see over the next couple of months will use or will justify their price increases through the increase in wholesale steel. Just like we're dealing with the microchip shortage right now, there is a huge increase in wholesale steel worldwide right now.
Okay, yeah, my next question was going to be about the microchip issue as well. So, but you've addressed that. So thank you.
Anything else, Commissioner Dodd?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else? Okay. Madam Clerk, no, we're on to the next one. Sorry. E5.
Item 5, requesting commission approval of amendment 2 to a 1-year contract with a 1-year option to renew with Ideal Shield.
Move approval.
Support.
All right. Yeah, who supported? Commissioner Baydoun?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Any questions on this one? Okay, Madam Clerk, could you call the roll?
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock, Commissioner Kinlock,
Yeah. Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Chair Mareki.
Yes, motion passes. Next item, Madam Clerk, why don't you take the next 2 items together? They're park issues.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of an intergovernmental agreement with the City of Hamtramck. Item 7, requesting commission approval of an intergovernmental agreement with the City of Garden City.
Okay, these are park improvements from our park millage money.
Move
Any
approval.
questions on this?
7.
I'm sorry.
Move approval for 6 and 7.
Okay,
Support.
okay. We have an approval by Varga, supported by Dobb. Any questions on this? So this is Hamtramck and Garden City. Okay, Madam Clerk, could you call the roll on this?
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Chair Mareki.
Yes, motion passes. Next item.
Item 8, requesting commission approval of modification 2 to a contract with Advanced Plumbing and Heating Company.
Okay, this is for on-demand purchases. Any questions on this?
Move for approval.
Okay, this is for
Support.
plumbing supplies to Wayne County buildings.
Support.
Okay, Hattis and Baydoun. Any questions, comments? Okay, Madam Clerk, could you call the roll?
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Chair Mareki.
Yes, motion passes. Next item, and Madam Clerk, could you take 9 and 10 together? These are both events at Elizabeth Park.
Item 9, requesting commission approval of a license and hold harmless agreement with the 1-year option to renew with Nicole West DBA Children's Pony Ranch. Item 10, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 3-year contract with 2 2-year options to renew with Highfalutin Music LLC.
Move approval.
Okay. Okay, I just have one question on this, probably to Director Bradford.
Yes, ma'am.
So Alicia, what's going on then with these events and with COVID?
So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So within relations to the Pony Ranch, if this agreement is approved, they will resume operations within this spring, summer. They have a COVID plan in place in which they've been able to, in line with other locations that provide pony and horse rides, been able to implement where they'll have sanitization stations. The ponies will, their saddles will be sanitized. The parents will be putting them on and taking their children off. Everyone will be masked. They will be proper socially distanced. So with that approval, we're looking for that location to operate this year. It did not operate last year. And as relation to the events for Motown and Jazz on the River, we were planning and looking at trying to implement a virtual type of performance concert for the community and the patrons to enjoy. However, it was decided just recently that we would conclude and just postpone until we can hopefully return to a full user experience, patron experience for 2022. But we will implement that planning with securing artists and the necessary equipment and needs again, and hopefully to return to some outside concert offering for the community and the patrons.
Okay, great. So this money, though, that's going to the highfalutin music, will this be used to help like secure things for next year, or how's this going to work since it's not going to take place?
That's correct. It'll be used to secure artists for both Motown and jazz for next year. The other operational needs is staging, lighting, things of that nature. So that's what it would be utilized for at that time.
Okay, well, thank you. Gosh, who would have thought a year ago, I would have thought we were going to, reinstate all these programs. Any questions on this?
Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
So I just kind of had the same questions that you did for the music festival and the funding. But I just wanted to make sure that our fiscal staff was all set with the answers that Ms. Bradford has provided regarding that item.
We are set.
Okay, great. Then that's all I needed. Thank you.
Okay, good question. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So we have an approval by Commissioner Palomera, and I didn't get the second.
I'll second.
Okay, Commissioner Dodd. All right, if there's no more questions, Madam Clerk, could you call the roll on 9 and 10?
Commissioner Varga, Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun, Commissioner Baydoun,
Sorry, I was muted. Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Chair Mareki.
Yes. Motion passes. Okay, Madam Clerk, could we take the next 4 together? These are all MDOT contracts for engineering or road work. So if you could just briefly read 11, 12. Well, no, let's just take the next 4, but we'll start on 11. Does anybody have any questions on this?
Madam Chair, I
Yes.
move approval of items 11, 12, 13, and 14.
Okay, Commissioner Kinlock, if you don't mind, 11 and 12, Commissioner Baydoun would like to move those, and you could support those 2 and move the other
Yes.
2? Okay,
That's correct.
all right. Thank you for that. Well, then we'll need support on the last 2,
I'll support.
on 13 and 14.
Support.
Okay, all right. I have a question on number 11, if someone from the administration. Under our fiscal comments, wait, let me make sure this is 11. Under our fiscal comments, it says Wayne County advertises professional civil engineering services project under an RFP in 2019, and Alfred Benish and Company were awarded the contract. And the term of the contract was from November 2019 to December 2027. Is someone here that could address that?
Yes, this is Ron Agasinski.
Hi, Ron.
Number 11 is for a design contract. It's for to design the replacement of the Miller Road and Rotunda Road bridges.
Yes.
And what we did was we set on an RFP, and Benish was the most qualified person. We hired them for a contract. They did some preliminary engineering design plans to submit for federal funding for the construction of the project. Federal funding, construction of the project is about $50 million. So we don't have that money available yet. Now this contract is from MDOT to complete the design of the bridge replacements. So we're going to be getting reimbursed from MDOT for the design project, which is unusual. We most of the other three are for construction projects.
Right.
So what we're doing is we're getting $3.5 million to complete the design of the project.
Go ahead. Sorry, Ron.
And since we don't know yet when the construction will occur, we gave them a contract to 2027, just in case the project extends out to that far.
Okay.
I don't think I can wait until 2027.
We're hoping not either.
Hopefully that won't happen. But we're covered just in case.
Correct.
Okay, well, thank you for that explanation. Anybody have any questions on number 11 or any more comments? These are all Act 51 funds as well, it looks like. Okay, number 12. This is road improvements.
Yeah.
West Outer Drive. From Gulfview to Ford Road. Okay, no questions on that? Number 13, road improvements on Ecorse Road, west of Party Road to Monroe Boulevard or Pardee. And this is the city of Taylor. Oh, I have one quick question too, that we're seeing a recurring theme. I asked this last time, but I asked it at the wrong time. Talking about the increased costs of all this because of COVID. And I'm just wondering what COVID has to do with it. I mean, are there less people working? Why are all these contracts seem to be going up because of COVID? If somebody could answer
the
that.
contractors are bidding higher on these projects because of lack of staff, increasing cost of materials and other issues like that.
Okay. All right. So it's a combination of
Correct.
lack of staff and materials.
Correct.
All right. Okay. Now we're at 14, I believe. And this is road improvements, Ecorse to Jefferson Avenue in the city of Ecorse. Any questions on that? Okay, Madam Clerk, could you call roll on this? Did you get everybody who supported and approvals?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, could you call the roll on these four?
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Daub,
Yes.
Chair Mareki.
Yes, motion passes. Next item, please.
Item 15, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to an intergovernmental agreement with the city of Plymouth.
Move for
Melissa,
approval.
or Commissioner Dobb? Okay,
Support.
all right. Any questions? Okay, Madam Clerk, could you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Daub,
Yes.
Chair Mareki.
Yes, motion passes. Thank you. Now let's take the next four items, 16, 17, 18, and no, the three items. 16, 17, and 18, these are all landscaping issues. So let's take these together. 16, does anybody have any questions on this? This is boulevard mowing and herbicide application. Okay, and thank you for the schedule, whoever put the schedule in of the mowing and the applications. That's very much appreciated, I'm sure, by all. Number 17.
Oh, Madam Chair, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Can we go back to 16?
Sure.
I
sure.
just have a quick question. Will this help with the backlog that we have in the forestry division? No, I'm sorry. This is for mowing.
Yes.
Correct? Mowing.
Yep.
Okay.
These three are boulevard mowing.
All right. Never mind. I withdraw my question.
Okay. Any other questions? And separation mowing, that type of thing. Okay, Madam Clerk, could you call the roll for 16, 17, and 18?
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomero,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Hadis,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Chair Mareki.
Yes. Motion passes. Next item, please.
Item 19, requesting commission approval of amendment 2 to a one-year contract with a two-year option to renew with Securitas Security Services USA.
Okay, these are security services for the 3 of the DPS yards. Questions
So
on
move
this?
for approval.
Okay.
Support.
All right. All right, Madam Clerk, did you get that? Had us
Yes.
and, okay. All right, Madam Chair, or Madam Clerk, could you call the roll?
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomero,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Hadis,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Chair Mareki.
Yes, motion passes. Okay, next item.
Item 20, requesting commission approval of a two-year construction contract with CA Hull Company.
Okay, for Beach Daily Road over Middle Rouge River Bridge rehab.
I'll move
Questions
for
on this?
approval.
All right.
Support.
All right. Commissioner Baydoun, Commissioner Hayes. Okay, Madam Clerk, could you call the roll?
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomero,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Hadis,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Chair Mareki.
Yes, motion passes. Madam Clerk, could we take the next 2 together? Engineering services. You could read out number 21, 21 and 22.
Item 21, requesting commission approval of a 3-year contract with the 1-year option to renew with Wade Trim Associates.
Okay,
Item 22, requesting commission approval approval of a 1-year contract with the 1-year option to renew with Spicer Group.
okay, and 21 is for traffic signal modernization at 4 county intersections. This is the engineering services with Wade Trim. Anybody have any questions on that?
I will move for approval, Madam Chair.
Okay, for both of them? For both of them?
Yes,
Commissioner?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
And support for both, Kinlock.
all right. Any questions on 21? And the intersections are listed in our background. Okay, number 22. This is for routine bridge inspections for the county. For
I
engineering
move for
services.
approval.
Yep, we're all set this time for these 2. Commissioner Baydoun
Oh, okay,
and
I'm
Commissioner. Yeah, sorry, it's a little confusing when I'm taking them in blocks. Okay, Madam Clerk, could you call the roll for number 21 and 22?
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomero,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Hadis,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Chair Mareki.
Yes, motion passes. Next item, please.
Item 23, requesting commission approval of an intergovernmental agreement with the city of Romulus.
Okay, this is for Elmer Johnson Park, and they're putting restrooms in it.
Move for approval.
Okay,
Support.
all right, we have an approval and support. Any questions? Okay, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomero,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Hadis,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Chair Mareki.
Yes, motion passes. Next item.
Item 24, requesting commission approval of modification 2 to a 2-year comparable source contract with 1 2-year option to renew with Elite Fire Safety.
Okay, this is for inspection and testing on fire suppression and kitchen systems.
Move approval.
Okay,
Support.
all right, I heard a tie in there.
That's good. I'll pass.
Okay, so who was
For
the
my
other one?
colleague.
Palomera. Support.
Okay. Can somebody answer why this is a sole source contract, since this will come up at full board? Anyone? Anyone? Hello? Okay.
Hi, Madam Chair, Andrew Kandrivas here.
Oh, hi.
I just, it seems to be a buildings question, and I don't think that we have buildings on.
Okay.
Everyone should be on if they have a contract up, but I can give them the heads up for full board if this is approved, that will be a question by at least Commissioner Basham.
I think that's who I was referring to. Okay, thank you. Thanks for at least answering here. Okay, any questions on this? All right, Madam Clerk, could you call the roll?
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Chair Mareki.
Yes, motion passes. Next item?
Item 25, communication from Assistant County Executive Khalil Rahal forwarding notification that Milan Rouge LLC opted not to close on its purchase and development agreement for approximately 4.275 acres, including the Wilcox Mill building.
Okay, this item's already been done, so this is actually a receive and file. And the termination of the contract with Tony Rocco and his group with the Wilcox Mill happened a while ago. So this is actually a receive and file.
So move to receive and file.
Okay.
Support.
All right. Okay, we have an approval and a support since it's to receive and file. Any questions before the vote? Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, motion passes. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 26, requesting commission approval of a purchase and development agreement with Donofrio Wilcox.
Okay, and this is for the Wilcox Mill. So this is following the resolution termination of the last item. Okay, is someone here from the administration that can just kind of give us a overview? I mean, we have a lot of information and the contract in our packet, but.
Yeah,
Hi,
so
good morning.
Rafa Denaro, Economic Development, good morning. So we, we voted on, you guys voted on this last year, approved the purchase, the agreement with Tony Rocco. Tony Rocco, within the due diligence period, decided he couldn't close. It was as a result of COVID and, some other issues that came up. So when we originally put out the RFP on the sites, we had 4 bidders. So we went to the second highest and best offer, and that was Donofrio. We've negotiated a purchase and development agreement, and we're looking for the commission to approve the sale of Wilcox Mill to this developer.
Okay, and are there any significant differences between the last contract and this contract? I know there's a time extension.
So
in here.
the period to get the work done is a little bit longer just because of COVID, mostly because of the pandemic. But there's also the use is going to be a little bit different. Instead of an art studio, they're looking at having like a coffee and a more commercial, instead of just exclusively as an art studio.
Mhm.
And there will be no living quarters in, there won't be an artist studio in this facility.
Okay, and it's the same acreage as before, so we're not going into parcel B like the first initial talks were
The same
a couple years ago.
acreage. Yeah, the site is the same. The requirements are the same. They still have to list it as a National Historic Site. They still have to preserve it. They still have to come back to us for if they want to sell it. All of the requirements are exactly the same as the first agreement.
Well, fair, quick question. Maybe I missed it. What's the due diligence period they're asking for?
Hang on. Is it 90 days? Cheryl, can you chime in? I believe I believe we upped it to 90 days.
Actually, we extended it to 180 days.
180 days, okay. So it was originally 90 days.
Okay.
So is it a 90-day due diligence with an option to extend for another 90 days? Or a total of 180 total? So there's no possibility they could close within after 90 days, right?
They can close as soon as they feel comfortable with closing. This building has a lot more environmental issues than, like, say, Newburgh or even Phoenix Mill. So there's no prohibition on closing as early as they feel comfortable with closing, but the maximum time is 180 days.
Has anything changed? It's been a year and a half almost. Has anything changed as far as the physical condition of the property? We're maintaining that tall grassy area around it, and we're keeping it secured, obviously. Do we still have items? We used to have equipment stored in there for the Light Fest, right?
Yeah, we did, and I believe Parks has found a different location to store them and is storing them somewhere else. So we are still maintaining the building. We still own the building, so we are cutting the grass and making sure it's secure. We're still taking care of the building, and to the best of my knowledge, I don't think the condition of the building has deteriorated or really changed since last year.
Okay, thank you.
Be hard to get worse. Any other questions by commissioners?
I will move for approval.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I have a
Yes.
question.
Go ahead.
So in our analysis packet, it brings to attention that the property is in the city of Plymouth and not Plymouth Township, but Plymouth Township was referred to in the documents. Has that been corrected?
I believe it has. I saw somewhere that it was corrected.
It was corrected. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I know that when we were selling to Tony Rocco and his group, there was concern and there was talk about the parking lot and the number of parking that was going to be allowed on that property. That would be a matter for the city of Plymouth and the zoning that
correct
would come through.
Yep.
So that's not anything to do with us, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then so that would happen after we approve the sale. It'll go to city of Plymouth for zoning.
Yes.
Okay. One final question. So in our packet, let me refer back to this. There are some questions from our fiscal analysis team about the project cost summary, that the minimum investment is supposed to be $1 million, but the projected project cost is $750. So can someone speak to that and why they aren't meeting the minimum requirement?
So the developer wanted to be conservative just because of the cost of materials right now. They know they're going to go over the minimum investment, but they wanted to stay conservative just to make sure that they meet. They know they're going to meet the minimum requirement, the minimum investment. But prices have been going up so quickly, they wanted to make sure that they had some room to, you know, to phase in the project if they needed to.
Okay, so they are kind of under budgeting in the with the, sorry, I can't think of the word, anticipation that everything is going to cost more.
Yep.
Okay. All right, got it. So what happens if they don't meet the minimum projected cost summary?
Cheryl, I'm going to kick that to you.
Okay, let me look at the contract. I believe there's penalties associated with it. And then obviously as just a general term of a contract, if they don't reach it, then they are in breach. And arguably, if the property value is not increased to what we anticipate it would be had they put in the minimum investment, that would cause the county damages. So we could then calculate those damages. It would be a claim on ours. But let's see. If the purchaser does not meet the minimum investment, we have the option to repurchase the property for the purchase price plus any investments made. And yeah, as I said, the county may additionally charge the purchaser a penalty in the amount of damages the county incurs as a result of the lost taxable value for purchaser's failure to invest.
Okay.
Sorry, excuse my toddler.
No, that's quite all right. Okay, yeah, and I don't expect that they're gonna go under, especially with visiting Phoenix Mill and hearing, you know, time after time, oh, well, that went over our budget and that went over our budget. So, okay. There was all the questions I had. Thank you, Madam Chair.
No, thank you. I know some of us have been fortunate to tour Richard Cox's Northville Mill and recently the Phoenix Mill, which is almost done when we were there, and very impressive. He is really pays attention to details, and I think he'll be a real asset to this mill and to this property. Any more questions? We have an approval by Commissioner Baydoun.
We need support.
I'll support. Oh,
Madam Chair, this is Commissioner McCormick.
Yep, hold on, Monique. Wait, who supported it?
Can I support it?
Dob,
Yes, sure. It's in your district.
Thanks.
you want to be the maker of the motion, Commissioner Dob? I'll support it.
Yeah, that works for me. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Commissioner McCormick.
I just wanted to know, with the prior offer, was there an earnest money deposit? Was there any type of ramification for them backing out of the deal?
This is Cheryl Jordan. No, there was not. This mill is very challenged, as you know. It was negotiated no deposit for this one just because the environmental issues are extensive. The rehab is going to be very extensive. So really any developer we can get to come in and clean this place up and restore it to its historic value is the county. And so for this one, we did not have a deposit.
Okay, and so for the current offer on the table, is there a deposit of any kind?
No, there's not.
And is there consideration for that, or are you still thinking that it would be a challenge to, because it just seems that we've wasted a lot of time and energy and effort, especially on that last deal, and then for them to back out. And I understand their, you know, the reasons that may have caused them to back out, but I don't know if we need to consider that this time around.
No, I mean, honestly, the agreement and the terms stayed generally the same. We weren't going to impose a deposit on someone who's coming in, as we see, to save this property. I wouldn't recommend going back to demand a deposit. I'd be worried that this developer would back out if we did that. As I said, this is a very, very challenging building. It's a challenging project, and we hope that since we've had success with this developer on the Phoenix Mill and we've seen what they've done on other projects, that this will be the best developer to move forward with this project. Otherwise, the county certainly doesn't have the funds to rehab the project itself.
Thank you.
Okay, any other comments or questions?
Yes, I would just like to say that I'm glad that the developer has the intention to continue on long with this project. I'm familiar with it because a number of residents came to the 13th Congressional District and wanted information regarding this development. So I'm just glad that there's continued to stay in understanding all of the challenges that is entailed in trying to restore and revitalize this location. So I think that this is good that they're still willing to stay in this direction.
Yep. Thank you, Commissioner Kinlock. Anyone else? Okay, I think we're ready for a vote then. Madam Clerk.
Who moved and supported this?
Commissioner Dobb and Commissioner
Baydun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydun,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Chair Marecki.
Yes. Motion passes. Okay, the next two items again will be put on to the next meeting in 2 weeks, the discussions from DPS. Next item, Madam Clerk, after that.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
Okay, I don't have any. I haven't heard of anyone bringing something forward.
Madam Chair.
Okay. Oh, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Hi, Andrew Kandrivas
Hi.
From Wayne County Executive Warren Evans' office. I just want to thank you and the committee for agreeing to reschedule the last two items. They, the two items just specifically, because I know you and I kind of talked about this, specifically the programs that are to be discussed. The Household Hazardous Waste Program, which was put on pause for last year due to COVID issues, is going to be, reignited, brought back out for this season. And we hope that those contracts for the agreements on where those can take place will be ready soon, and maybe even on the same day that we can have Patrick talk about the program itself, because I know we get a lot of calls, and I'm sure every commissioner gets calls from your cities and from your residents, because it's a very successful program. And the second thing is actually called the CLEAN program, and that's program that DPS Environmental Services has had for many years, I believe, that allows dumpsters and bulk trash pickup for community groups to utilize those services when they're having some kind of days. And I know we've had requests from commissioners about that. It's been a program that's been around for quite a while. It's actually buried on the DPS website, and it's a little bit hard to find sometimes. So I'm excited to have Patrick Cullen of DPS come and talk about it a little bit, so that every commissioner has a new perspective on those programs.
Good, thank you.
Madam Chair,
We'll look forward. Sure, Commissioner Dodd, go ahead.
can I ask Andy one quick question?
Sure.
Andy, can you possibly bring some information on the Adopt a Road program as well?
Yeah, I think that would be good. We could add that as well. That's housed under roads, and that would be very, very good, I think, to have. I think your office has reached out recently on that. So yeah, I think it would be great to discuss. That's a great point.
Okay,
Oh my
great.
gosh, I was just thinking about that a couple hours ago. I'm glad you brought that up, Commissioner Dodd.
Great, thanks.
And you know what, one more quick question, Andy. I don't know if you even know this, but do you know what length of time before someone should request like help at a park, like a dumpster or a bag pickup at park cleanups? Do you know how long?
I do not.
You should be notified.
I've read the clean material. I can't recall right now.
Okay.
I know that they work with groups all the time. There is a standard lead up time that they ask for,
Okay.
but I think Patrick can explain it all If you need something immediately, please shoot me an email and we'll get you some kind of response on that.
Okay,
But,
all right.
Patrick can address that.
Thank you. And that's a cute little bunny you have sitting on your shoulder.
Yeah, sorry. We're Greek Orthodox Easter was a little bit more recently, so we haven't taken down all the designs.
Okay, well, thanks for the explanation. Madam Clerk, next item.
Madam Chair,
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Commissioner Varga.
Andy, could you ask Patrick to look into paper recycling or paper shredding as well? I have had some requests for that, and I'm not sure if we ever had it, but I'd like to include that.
Great. Yeah, I will definitely bring that up with Patrick.
Thank you.
And you know what? I apologize. Some of you are showing up with your hands raised, and I cannot see that on my iPad. So I'm apologizing. I see. So just break in there if you have something. Okay. Next item.
Public comments.
All right. Anyone from the public that would like to address the Committee on Public Services? Could you unmute everyone, Madam Clerk?
Yes. And I also have an email comment.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and read that?
Okay. This person doesn't specify which committee it's for, but we just received it, so I guess
Okay.
I'll just read it for here. This is from Felicia Talley. It says, I had a CPO application appointment on December 10th, 2020. I paid my fees and had my fingerprints done, and I've not heard back from them. I tried calling different phone numbers unsuccessfully. Not sure where to go from here.
Okay. Is that the only email?
Yes.
All right. Anyone from the public that would like to address the Public Services Committee? If you would, just go ahead and start talking. Anyone from the public that would like to address us? You have 2 minutes. Okay, one more time. Anyone from the public that would like to address the Committee on Public Services?
I have a question.
Okay, we don't normally go back and forth, so if you'd like to make it into a comment.
Can the county show the development plans of both Newburgh and Wilcox Mill on their website or the park's website for the public to view?
I will speak to the economic development and our staff and see what we can do with that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, next item, Madam Clerk.
Adjournment.
Okay.
Move adjournment.
All right, we have an approval to adjourn and a support. Thank you everyone for being here and again, being so flexible, all of you. I really appreciate it. So we'll see you at the next meeting. We are adjourned.